Welcome back to the Meta High School Esports League. This is game one, number 5 here at Meta. We have the Cleveland District High School on the red side and the Baulkham Hills High School on the blue side. My name is Cooper Trooper 117. I'm joined by Hedgie, who's no longer standing up. He's now sitting down for this cast. Hedgie, how are we feeling? We've chatted a little bit about where that first blood was going to go. Are you still confident?
Look, I may be confident, but I'm also comfortable, sitting down.
Yes.
It's actually a bit nice. I've got a very nice... What's the brand, actually? Battle Bull gaming chair. So, it is nice to sit down, get a bit comfortable, go over and relax and have a lovely... It's raining outside, so lovely indoors.
It is raining here in Melbourne. Hedgie, it is.
I don't have a nice hot chocolate or something. That might actually go well with this game, but we'll have to see what happens here. But some wards placed down. Not too much deep jungle vision on where they're actually starting. So should have pretty passive clears actually into the first recall, and then the gank should come through just because Kindred and Diana aren't like super aggressive, but they do want to get those ganks going once they kind of get that first recall typically.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of chatted a little bit about it. I'm not sure if, obviously Diana would have to try and gank the Katarina, with Katarina's jump away. I'm not sure if there's too much, like, possibility for Diana to really get anything there, unless, obviously, the Silas can get some good 2 chains. But I think Diana is looking at going just the double buff clear and has skipped the Raptors.
And that's really interesting, because she does have the Q for that multi-camp, or multi,
and the W as well.
Yeah, exactly, for the, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my lord.
It's the, I know the word that you were looking for, like a multiple camp, so there's more than one. But,
exactly.
obviously, the bigger, the bigger the radius, so she's obviously got all these abilities that would help her clear, so I agree with you, it's a little bit weird that we aren't seeing it, but the double camp means that obviously she's on the other side of the map early enough, which, if she was going to go for a gank, now would be the time.
Yeah, you can see Kindred as well, just going for the full clearance. Starts off with those single target camps, which she's really good at clearing. Then once she's level 3, she can actually take down and move into those multi-gear camps, which she's not actually great at taking very early, but now Diana's actually going a very interesting clear. She's just gone the first 3 camps, decided there's not a gank opportunity mid or top, and gone back to farming. So probably can even just head into the bot side. Very, very good at clearing her Raptors and her Krugs. Might just head for that level 4 recall. But Kindred is just slightly ahead of her in terms of the actual camp. In terms of just being closer in proximity. So she might get a bit of a micro advantage in terms of what she's doing there.
We are going to be looking at the Rift, sorry, the Scuttle Crab coming up in a second, but Kindred's unfortunately on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah.
That's really looking to go in here, getting a little bit of damage down, but both junglers are here now. TLS looking to continue, but Kimmy Ho going a little bit early. Chains will not connect, but the dive will go there from Diana. A lot of damage coming down. Ignite is called. The dash in from Diana is going to get that as well. Project Ninja picks up that kill. The Ignite will not tick down far enough, and the tower cannot do enough damage, but we are seeing Wilty still staying in lane. TLS is a little bit low, but I don't think there's too much of threat here. Yeah,
and of course, those marks being really important to Kindred. You can see the idea, wants to walk through mid lane, wants to get that gank off. There is a reasonable chance for that gank to work, but just so low HP. Diana doing a really, really well-timed counter gank there, matching Kindred fantastically to force her off. She actually doesn't go for the mark. I'm not sure if you didn't realize that one was marked, but just accidentally going to leave that one up, which is actually a bit annoying for her, but... Yeah, very, very well played by Diana there to actually get that counter gank off, and Kindred just trying to overforce with low HP. Sometimes just better just to go for the top scuttle, take the easy camp. Probably didn't have vision on Diana as well, but yeah, just going to fall flat on that play, but does get the mark anyway in the end, so it's actually not too much of a deficit.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously the kill going down isn't the best thing, but it is going to give Diana that little bit of a head start that we were talking about. Hedgie, obviously, if Baulkham can get that slight bit ahead here, that level sort of 6 mark is going to start looking disastrous. We are almost there as we ramp up to level 4 and 5 here.
Yeah, and I think with the Diana ulti, when she does get that, if there's no Kindred, if there's no Braum, it is really, really hard to actually kite back from that ultimate, so we'll have to see how that interaction occurs, but Diana possibly looking for a little gank, but just is going to place down the control ward, maybe actually looking for a potential gank here, but Kindred is in close proximity, probably doesn't know that, but a bit of a danger if she does go for it.
We do see the dragon is now up, that's a mountain drake ready to be taken, I should say, taken, but Diana is looking for hanging around that mid lane. Really wants to keep pressure here in the mid lane, but it does look like Cleveland have started boarding up Dragon.
Yeah, Braum. I'm definitely not going to attempt to say his name. Actually just looking around, trying to get some vision out, trying to find maybe where Diana is located, but definitely with those Drakes, I mean, most of the single target Drakes, or the single Drake, sorry, aren't that powerful. With the new introduction of Soul, Soul is what you want to focus on. You're mainly getting those dragons for Soul, but with the introduction of them, Mountain is actually the one that is actually quite good in its own, does provide just that extra tankiness when you do get it, and stacking them is even better, but actually a reasonably important Drake. As well as that, you get a 66% chance of getting an Infernal or a Ocean Soul, which are both extremely good souls. So both these team compositions, so it is quite important to actually see who does pick up that first Drake.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, it is super vital in these sort of earlier bits because both teams are going to need those additional buffs. Just even if it's a slight amount, they'll still need it, whether it be now or into the late game. Neither jungler is really prioritizing it though.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's probably going a reasonably safe early game. Both junglers, again, as I've previously mentioned, aren't super high tempo. And particularly looking at the two champions, their ultimates are so vital to their kits, where it kind of makes them not terrible, but just not as powerful in the early game. We do have a trade top lane.
Yeah, look at Hades just spinning to win. And there's the ultimate. Judgment will be struck as poor Watsa is going to go down in the top lane. A solo death as well.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you can see that, the Hedgie, but he was pinging that he did not have enough mana for his ultimate in the chat. So, unfortunately for poor Malphite, he didn't have the ultimate to try and use the Unstoppable Force to knock down up there.
Feels bad, man, you know, when you don't have the mana, but may actually be able to get a chase down potentially with that powerful Malphite ult, but not going to be able to get it in the end. Vision control established for Cleveland Conquerors. Had a bit of a mental break there in the bot river, setting up for this dragon, still potentially looking for it, but bot lane kind of being frozen, not really frozen, but just shoved gently into their bot lane.
Camino is looking for the gank. Braum is not there though, trying to stop a little bit of damage, but no ultimate available, no culling there for dominating, but could still be looking for a gank. Frostbite will not connect there.
Yeah, I just really feel like we're going to have a fight around this mountain at some point. Both teams kind of posturing. There's a lot of members. There's a lot of potential for a fight, but Kendrick just going to start it up. There's no vision on this as well.
Hades in the top lane also has his teleport available, whereas Pawatsa has used his, but it looks like Braum and Kumiho are just going to take this.
Yeah, they're just going to give up this Drake now. Just have to see what the second Drake will be. It will be an Infernal. So we'll either have a Cloud or Ocean Soul in this game, potentially. Very two different Drakes there. Cloud being pretty useless in a lot of situations. But Ocean, obviously very powerful. So it's actually very important which of those Drakes comes up, as they can drastically affect this game, depending on who gets them as well. But just a slight gold lead for Baulkham heals. Baulkham heals right now, and Cleveland Conquerors are picking up their first Drake though, so very tight right now. We don't actually really have either team picking up somewhat of a major advantage, and looking to break into that Project Ninja, posturing around this Rift Herald, collecting those marks, doing a really good job of that so far. Kindred actually only has the one mark, I believe. Yes, so far, so doing a really good job of actually shutting it down in that respect.
Also, this seems to be very pathing very well, almost counter ganking or being there for the counter gank if needed. And obviously, I don't think that Kumiho knows that, but very well done in obviously counting the camps and that sort of thing. But maybe it's just a coincidence, Hedgie. Who knows?
Yeah, and I mean it's interesting because both of these comps are actually not similar, but are quite. Well, actually, they kind of are similar, but
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, neither is super favored towards that early game, in my opinion. So when we actually hit that stage, and it's a very quiet early game, so it's quite possible that we will. It'll be interesting to see who comes up victorious, because neither comp is that favored. So when you actually come into these team fights, it should be relatively even. And it'll come
we can see Wilkie go into the TLS here, but Kumiho's there. Not going to be good at the dash out is going to work there.
See again, just not too much gank potential for either of these junglers. A lot of dashes in each lane as well to even further that. But yeah, it will be interesting to see if we get to those late game team fights, which team will come out on top, because both quite similar. Rift Herald still not prioritized by either jungler. Malphite's actually got quite a massive CS advantage, so a lot of the time, you know, you get a solo kill as the Garen. Happens a lot in solo queue as well. It's like, you know, oh yes, I got a solo kill, that's great, but Malphite with a bit more lane control, just great. Last hitting on this tank has actually had quite a large CS lead. And when you have about a 30 CS lead like this, it's actually kind of equivalent to 2 kills. Garen is pretty much 1 kill behind in the matchup right now, and it's going to be very, very hard for him to actually force a fight onto this Malphite. He's probably just going to go for the Balmy Cinder, maybe into a what's the Bramble Vest, which builds into Thornmail. Be very hard for Garen to do too much there, but it's doing quite well in this lane to actually CS well, particularly in Garen can put a lot of pressure in the early game on that Malphite.
Yeah, we are seeing Baulkham High School with a little bit of a CS lead in most of their lanes, apart from the ADC role there, but still quite a little bit up on the Katarina for TLS there as well. That's where the gold lead really is. I mean, they're up almost 1,000 gold. Nothing crazy right now. I mean, at 11 minutes, you know, it's nothing that is crazy decided right now, Hedgie.
Yeah, you got a big night of casting ahead of you, you know, it's nice to get practice and just preparing yourself for the coming action when these TPs come in with this Malphite ult.
That's exactly right.
It's some people. So we'll have some exciting team fights on our hands eventually. Don't you worry. But yeah, right now pretty safe. No major objectives as well. And we see this a lot in at MSI actually, and a level of Pro Tour. There's people just fight over absolutely everything. Nice. You know, and solo queue as well. A lot of fighting. Teams are very, very close, particularly with the final. It is Someone Gaming versus RNG, 2 very aggressive teams, but things are kind of opposite in this game, not fighting over absolutely anything. And fighting over things they really have to.
The Rift Herald is up there, Hedgie, but Dragon is going to be there in 45, so they might be looking towards this, but they're almost going to be split up here.
You should have a fight over this. It's going to be TP's command by that Garen. It's going to be reasonably even, actually, who gets the shot at each of these lanes. So it's really expected. Maybe even a fight around bottom to try to get that vision in his place. So already we can scuttle grab over him. That one up, it's a mark of Kindred as well, actually. Potentially going to come down here at some point, but the vision is already of
yeah, they're looking now, just come around the Dragon Pit. They didn't even decide to look at Herald there either. It's possibly Baulkham might be looking for the gank. Ooh, Edison does take a little bit of damage there. That is a very low health Samira. Good flash from donating there. Facial Fisher is going to connect with 1. That's 2 teleports coming in for Cleveland though. Massive teleport fight there. Wilty does get the stun. The ultimate coming out. 2 ultimates coming down onto Project Ninja. Huge fights here. He's going to try and walk. Water try to live, but Edison Splurges cannot do enough damage there. And that is a 5 members of Cleveland that are still alive and going to take down this tower and going to be looking towards that Dragon, Hedgie.
And Cleveland Conquerors take the game by the absolute scruff of the neck there. A fantastic engage. Alistair actually didn't ever pop the ulti, so that was a huge turning point in the fight. He went down way too quickly towards what he normally would be able to if he did pop that. Diana actually not being able to ult anyone at all as well in that fight. Just not getting...
Wilty and Braum are going to be staying back. The double knock-up as well. Silas looking for this, but still 5 members available. Everfrost will not connect. But Braum does get those fruits just to keep him alive there.
Yeah, so not really getting the advantages they should out of their ultimates. Silas not being there as well to start the fight off. Not really hitting their major ultimates, which they need to do in order to win these fights. The dive came through from Cleveland. It looked a bit scary there. I think they were losing a lot of tower HP to that tower, but a fantastic lands respite by the Kindred, actually able to save multiple members from going down, able to complete the dive, able to get those extra kills, transition that into the Infernal Drake. Now we do have a Cloud Soul, so not as great for them as they would like, getting that Ocean, but still very, very nice advantage. They get the tower as well.
Ooh, Wilty doing heaps of damage right now. There's the ultimate from Katarina as well. Silent's going to try and jump back with it, but it's not going to work as the Death Lotus is a little bit more deadly on Katarina there. Hedgy, but the Ignite coming out from both members. Oh no, just Silent, sorry.
Yeah, and starting to get over the top of them a bit, getting a few extra kills, 2k gold lead, ballooning out now, and with those Drakes as well, just finding it hard to see where Baulkham have those advantages. They need to find some sort of engage, some sort of team fight to get back into the game. Even the Rift Herald now, the second, or actually the first one, but it will do as much as the second one would normally do. There won't be a second one spawning this game as well, going to be picked up by Cleveland and starting to take control of this game.
Yeah, for sure. We were saying that they were very even, and we did have to wait for these fights to start breaking down. That's exactly where we are right now. With Cleveland, with that fight down the bot lane there, Cleveland is securely right now ahead, both in gold, kills, experience, and damage as well. I mean, we just watched Wilty 1v1 TLS and come away with an easy kill, so it's going to be very interesting to see if Baulkham can really bring it back and kind of just regroup, because the game is definitely not over yet, Hedgie.
Absolutely, of course. It's not a massive gold lead, and as we've talked about, these comps are very, very even, so just a few kills, just a few picks, maybe a turn at an objective or something rather could bring them back in the game. And here's the sort of thing we're talking about. Braum's flash forced out by that Alistar. Nice little cooldowns to pick up there as they try to transition into some of these fights, but have to see if they can...
I was just going to say, in the top lane there, it's just a big wet noodle fight, even though Garen is 2-0 up. I mean, the Malphite is still 30 CS up, so I think he's going to be very careful. It's once he does get something like the Thornmail, it's going to be very hard to fight him. TLS was looking for that gank, but it's not going to happen. I think they're all kind of just pulling back a little bit now, Hedgie.
Yeah, Malphite is that champion. He is very, very tanky. Braum pushing up a bit far here. Alistar waiting patiently in the game.
We've got Project Ninja and Edison Splurge just looking for this. Zephyr's wanting it. That is a double knockup, a very nice knockup. In they go. The ultimate coming out from Samira there as well as he jumps to the mid lane. Wilty looking for a kill. Got pulled to the mid lane there, missed the end of that fight. But TLS is looking very low here. Kumiho does have the ultimate. Lambs of Spiders available. Herald is dropped there. Looking to take this tower. Might have been a little bit premature as the... Oh no, does get the charge. Will not get the tower though. Project Ninja and Zephyr are here. Kumiho could be in trouble. Oh, the headbutt combo did not work there for poor Zephyr, but got Kumiho out of the way.
The classic bot lane just pushing up that bit too far, get collapsed on. Not enough vision in the bot lane there. Diana and Alistar very, very quick to collapse on them and getting a few kills back here. Baulkham kills are definitely still in this game. Only 1k gold down now. The Cloud Soul there as well, so not a soul that's kind of going to end the game as well. They are in a position here where they can come back, and if they actually look to pick up a few of those Cloud Souls, even just getting a few, it is actually... Oh, Cloud Drake, sorry. It is quite nice for their comp. They have the Alistar, Diana, Malphite all loving that Drake, so they will get the most out of that if they're actually able to pick it up. The cooldown on their ultimates will just be devastating to have, but Braum just stopping the Silas's back here in the mid lane.
Braum stopping that back there is the league version of me trying to pronounce Braum's name. Just not going to happen.
He's not going to get it off. He does get it off eventually. He's going to come back to the lane, but yeah, not having a good time there. I hate that when that happens. You know, they overextend. They go on the tower or something to stop you back. You're like, come on, man, like just get.
Let me do this. Now we've got heaps and heaps of vision here. 2 red wards in the Dragon Pit. We're looking for another fight here. This is going to be a huge fight. Clearing vision now here, Hedgie. Yeah. This is a big Drake. This is Cloud Soul point Drake. So this could be a little bit of experience that Baulkham need to kind of swing it back in their favour.
Yeah, both teams having all 5 members around. You can clearly see a fight going to erupt here. Neither team wants to force the Drake. They're going to have to eventually handshake the fight. We'll just have to see how it gets off. A lot of engage tools on the side.
Has the Unstoppable Force ready, but now Lamb's Respite, the Judgment for TLS is available, so he's going to be looking for a little bit of a shutdown, or a execute, I should say, Hedgie.
Look, this is definitely a thing, you know, neither team wanting to start it up, but eventually...
Oh, he's taking a heap of damage now, though. But Porter with that unstoppable force is such a menace. Look, he's looking for it. He wants it. He can't find a target though, but that dragon is completely surrounded by Baulkham now, and I don't think... Oh, before I say that, Wilty's behind there. TLS is a little bit split up. Wilty isn't going to come back in time. Blue team will score though. Glacial Fisher is going to go completely wide, miss everyone. But Project Ninja is stuck there. The unstoppable force does connect with Wilty. Zephyr going to knock him up. The chain CC going to take heat. Project Ninja trying to do what he can, will not, and does get stunned up. It's 4v4 right now with Project Ninja going down. Wilty being down 2. AP powerhouses down. The Everfrost will connect with 2. Judgment still available for TLS. Double knock-up coming from LSN there. Huge lens spike going to keep Kumiho alive. Dominated Nut is going to be in the outskirts. Just free hitting. Down goes Kumiho. And now Splurgis is going to try and look into Nut. Will take him down. Hades in the outskirts just running for his life. Portser and 4 members of Baulkham still alive. And now the game is evened up again, Hedgie.
Yeah, Baulkham Hills turning it around. The long posture on the Drake. Around a minute of just standing there. They eventually pushed them off the Drake. I think Cleveland could begin to see that they just weren't going to be able to contest it. On the long flank was Katarina then, looking for a bit of potential flank, looking to pincer. But they actually just collapsed really well. Alistair and I believe Malphite actually ulting to get that Katarina down. They turn the eventual fight, ending with multiple kills on the side of Baulkham. And yes, now, Cooper, we are in a very tight situation. Just 1 Drake to 2 Drakes, a little advantage, tiny of advantages in gold for Cleveland. But still, Baulkham Hills getting a bit of momentum now. Can they actually run that into something? We'll have to see. Getting some extra gold in their pockets.
Well, we kind of just saw the powerhouse that the Balkans team is with those powerful CC chains like the Unstoppable Force into Zephyr's headbutt knockup combo and just the ultimates there as well. So did see obviously Diana Project Ninja did go down in the Dragon Pit, but I think he did a heap of damage to the backline anyway. So using the ultimate, the Moonfall there, really did help them. Even though it wasn't with the team, it was still super useful.
Yeah, you can see that Lamb Thrust fight. It's usually really, really important, particularly in the 5v5s, but when you're already losing the fight and you pop it, just not enough to actually keep your team from going, and just kind of in an already losing fight, but still an even game, still both teams being in the game. I think the missed Brawl multi as well, did mention that was actually quite important, but the big thing here is Malphite. I mean, he's into 3 AD champions and just 1 AP to Braum, obviously not really going to be important in terms of damage, so he is able to just stack a lot of armor here, maybe get the 1 magic resist item just for the Katarina. But when you actually take her down early in the fight like that, in turn on multiple AD members, it's really hard to take the frontline Malphite down, and I think they struggled to do that. And you can have the Alistair as well, build a lot of tanky items. They do have a bit more of that damage in terms of the AP and the AD. It's going to be hard to itemize, particularly now that Samira is ahead. So they do have that advantage going for them as the fights continue. May get harder and harder with the itemization actually being a bit more in favor of Baulkham.
Yeah, poor Kumiho is still only on 1 stack here as well, Hedgie. So no stacks for not Samira, sorry, Kindred. Just kind of means that it's just going to be harder and harder, really.
Yeah, looking like my Kindred, alright, on this these stacks. Just not going very well.
They obviously didn't watch the end of that LS YouTube video.
Exactly, yeah, they probably didn't understand why it was actually Z tier. Obviously, just idiots. Sorry. Going in here, but yeah, still has provided a lot. I mean, the bot lane fight, Lamb's Respite was amazing. But yeah, they got to get these 5v5s going in their favor, otherwise it's going to be a very hard game to play out.
Yeah, there's not a heap happening across the map now, Hedgie. Dragon is coming up in a minute, and like we were chatting, it is a huge dragon for both teams. I mean, they all are really. If one goes down, you're on sole point, and Baulkham just want to keep getting these dragons down. Braum doing what he does best and stopping backs. It's not letting anyone back here at all.
Yeah, he just. That's all he's done this game, alright? Just stop people from backing, alright? Like, that's his whole. You know, they're in the champs, like the coach is like, all right, we're gonna pick Braum. He's like, why? He's like, oh, you gotta throw your Qs out, and he's like, why? Or, you gotta stop the backs. And he's like, all right, I'll focus on that the whole game. He's like, no, wait, no, wait, and he just,
yeah, he just grabbed Braum. Yeah,
that's all he's focused on the entire game.
Yeah.
So, I I mean, you could have the Tahm Kench try to lick people, and that'd be pretty fun. But you know,
I was gonna say Barra support, just get that real long range Q, but yeah, there's not a heap happening across the map now, Hedgie. Like we were chatting about how big these team fights should be. Oh, as I say that, good headbutt from Zephyr there, but not gonna be enough. These fights are going to be massive, but we are just seeing them kind of slow down a bit because I think they both teams know here that they're in a very vulnerable spot. Look, you know, one bad fight. Oh, as I say that, the flash in from the massive ultimate. The Culling going to do not enough in the backline. Lance Spot is there. Kumiho's not going to be able to stay alive. Neither is Braum. Now Wilty's there. Massive stop of the ultimate there as well. Going to mean that he's going to be able to walk it out. Edison Split just goes down. The Igniter Wilty is not going to be held enough, but Project Ninja will take that down. Culling from TLS is going to get the double kill, and this is one dead Garen teleporting into 3 members of this team. Going to try and spin to win out. The headbutt knockup from Zephyr is going to be enough there, I believe, and a cheeky little kill and shutdown going to TLS, and that is Baulkham Grammar coming through hard here. Sorry, Baulkham Hills High School, I should say.
Project Ninja with just an incredible engagement blocks multiple members down with the ult. I believe someone actually had to flash out of that. Oh wait, no, all their flashes are up. Okay, no. This is a really nice flash play at the end of the day, and forces the Lamb's respite very, very early. Multiple members coming in to try to save the Kindred and the Lucian, I believe. It might have been Braum, actually, who was quite low HP already. They're able to find a really, really nice fight for themselves. And you can see Malphite was just full HP at the end of the fight. They just can't damage him with multiple armor members. Just not really able to take him down. Katarina, just more of a burst champion, doesn't do enough damage to him, and he's really, really been a big factor in these fights. Did follow up on that Diana engage as well, so playing these fights very, very well. Very simple execution with the Diana and Malphite ult, and they're showing how it works so nicely, multiple times in a row, and now kind of really starting to establish a bit of control. 2k gold, they do have the 2 Cloud Drakes, they're going to have these ultimates up very, very regularly. All of their ultimates are again up. That will continue if they get another Drake here. Starting to get more vision, get more towers, get more objectives all across the map, and these team fights are starting to really favour Baulkham as the game continues to base levels even as well. Just starting to lean a bit. Braum is really underleveled.
We're starting to see obviously a 2.5k gold lead now coming from Baulkham, and TLS looking to stop Kumiho getting these stacks. Chains are going to miss, but no headbutt knock up, and the unstoppable force goes straight on to Kumiho. Judgment is going to pick up the kill on Braum, but Kumiho cannot get out of there. No Lamb's Respite available. Don't Nut is going to knock Edison out of there, but Wilty's in a heap of trouble right now. He's going to look for the ult here, but I don't think he's not going to. Oh, as I say that, he's going to get engaged on, but Donating Nut is going to be out there to let him get out. I was going to say, jumping back to that fight as well, there, Hedgie, that Wilty had a really good kind of flank there, or a gank there from the side, I should say, that just didn't go through because TLS had, like, I'm not sure if he timed it perfectly or it was just luck that he threw his chain out and it hit just as the Death Lotus went off, but that is going to be Baron over the blue side.
Yeah, fantastic. So far from Baulkham, coming back from a bit of a deficit as well. They didn't give up. They kept forcing plays. They know their win condition now, getting those big beefy tanks in the Alistair and Malphite, some engages, popping those ultimates beautifully, and they're really, really starting to run over. And now this Garen might be caught out. They might want to execute the tower dive here. 4 members collapsing in around him. This
is 4 members here. Project Ninja and Zephyr have just been spotted, but Hades is going to stay as that tower will not. But they're not gonna use it there, Hedgie. They're just gonna use it as a little bit of a and then we're gonna see the teleport mid not gonna happen as as Cleveland try and just push back, open up this base a little bit. TLS is gonna go hard, but that's a 1v3 TLS. I don't think he can do that. Donating Nut is being ignited here, but I think he should be okay. Ooh, just for old Donating Nut.
Wow, that was a bit of an interesting sequence of events, I'll say. The game has been pretty well played, actually, up until now. But just a few mistakes, you know, it happens. It happens to me today in solo queue. It happens to everyone. You know, we just make some mistakes sometimes. The Malphite probably just should have TP'd to a minion or didn't need to TP there, actually. And probably could have executed that dive. I think the Garen was in a lot of trouble if they did collapse around. But it's alright. Still got the Baron, still doing well. Baulkham Hills, and actually able to find a pick as well, though, onto the Silas, shutting him down, getting some gold in the Lucian's pocket will help if they want to start this comeback. Been a bit of a back and forth game, and if they can continue to get a few picks like that, it will swing their way again potentially. But this Kindred, I mean, it's a big talking point because he still only has one stack. Really, really got to focus those. It becomes harder and harder though as the game goes on when you get disadvantages like this. It's just so hard to pick up those stacks. You get really, really focused on them, but hasn't really set as a major factor in this game.
Yeah, it's just gotten really unlucky, I think, and obviously, like you said, as it gets later and later into the game, they start becoming those epic monsters, and like the Baron and the Dragon, and if you don't have control, like right now, I don't think they really do with the Baron and that last trait going over to Baulkham. Yeah, don't really have the control that they need for her to pick up a lot of those stacks.
Yeah, definitely, and we just need to see them get a few picks, try to catch them off guard, try to get them when they're not grouped up, because that's been their strength so far. The Malphite, the Alistar in particular, are grouped up with their carries. It's so hard to get onto the squishy members. If they can find those picks though, like they did in the Silas, that is where they need to start. So grouping up to try to take something here, to try to fight on this objective, maybe get a pick before the fight starts as they look around for a bit of vision, but it will be very, very hard for them to contest this.
We're looking at a fight here, though, Hedgie. Like you said, 10 seconds until this dragon. This could be this is going to be one of the most important fights we've seen yet, Hedgie. As I say that, Judgment is going to get taken from TLS, but look at Paul Braum here. The culling is going to be called. The flash in from Alistair, but Wilty in the backline doing a heap of damage. Hades there as well, but you've got to be focused on the two members going golden there with this huge fight here. We aren't going to see two Judgments go down at the same time. Project is still alive. The Lamb's Respite is going to save Braum, but now it's 3v4. Hades still chasing. Project Ninja too low to keep this fight up, but Porta still full health. I don't know if Baulkham can do anything here, but the flash in from Bawarta trying to kill Braum. It's not going to happen as the donating nut will pick up another kill there, pumping out the damage now. 7-2 Lucian, Hedgie.
Game is like a seesaw, back and forth, and again, Cleveland bring themselves back from the dead. A fantastically executed fight, and that's where targeting becomes so important. Just making the mistake there of going way too deep in on the tankier member of the team. In the Braum, they use multiple abilities to try to take him down. He flashes away. Alistair flashes forward pretty not amazingly to try to actually lock him down. They're not able to get him. They kite back well off the glacial fissure in that pocket of space. Miro just goes that bit too far forward with the flash trying to execute on that play, trying to get a good ultimate off. They're able to take her down, and all of a sudden, back in the game, Kindred's even able to pick up a mark.
Say that as well. Braum is getting stuck up here again. The Glacial Fissure is going to go out and Did you say Gumiho did get a mark there? Oh, it's down 3v2.
She got a mark, right.
There we go. That's what we like to hear.
C tier. But fantastic fight there.
No, I said that's what we like to hear, not C tier, Hedgie. Come on, get your hearing checked.
Should have gone for ear savers, you know, like that's yeah, exactly.
Back to that fight as well, Hedgie. We did see Wilty out of the back skirts there, but really kept TLS under control, kind of kept him there so he couldn't disrupt the team. And like you were saying, a flash from TLS as I say that. Look at the damage from Tornado Nut. There's the ultimate. He's going to go golden TLS, but I don't think that's where he wants to be. Wilty's there. Kumio wants the kill, will get that kill as TLS will go down 1v3, could not get it. But yeah, I mean, TLS is doing such a great job. I mean, not just them, but has been doing such a great job of disrupting this team when they do these fights and things like that. And obviously, last fight where he was trying to focus Wilty is going to start putting a lot of pressure onto his backline. Or not pressure, but like giving them a bit of space to breathe so that someone like Donating Nut can start pumping out this damage, which is exactly what he's doing. Full Kraken Slayer, full Essence Reaver, and full Mortal Reminder. He's a very strong boy.
TLS has had a really good game, and that's where no one can really play a perfect game of League of Legends. He's had a few deaths that just went amazing, and has had, you know, some areas he can look back and improve on, even though he has had quite a good game. But even with that fight, Cleveland getting it going their way, 2k gold lead is still there, but the Dragon count is now in favor of Cleveland, so if they can pick one more up, is just a Cloud Soul, but will be nice to have that advantage on their side. They do have a few ults, they're quite good with that. That will be giving them a slight advantage. It's hard to actually measure or define move speed as well. It's an interesting thing because some fights it will be the most useful thing in the game, but other fights it just won't matter. So it is an interesting thing to quantify. Sometimes you really need that extra movement speed, sometimes you don't. But the Cloud Soul, nevertheless, will be important. Elder
Mm.
obviously on the cards after that as well. But 35 minutes into this game, can't really pick a winner right now, Cooper.
Yeah, we're still seeing this game going for ages, and Braum is going to get knocked back straight into the tower. He's going to headbutt it there as well. The Glacial Fisher is going to connect with 3. That does not matter, though. Edison Split just pick up that kill, and that is going to force Cleveland to back off a little bit. With Baron up, that is not what they want.
Yes,
TLS looking for the engage. Everfrost will not connect. The Chains going to go wide as well.
Yeah, so... Oh, there might be another Garen potentially getting caught. They are going to start this Baron as 103.75, 208, 751926 got caught out there and gets taken down. They're gonna
No Glacial Fisher available. They might just have to give this, unless Kumiho can steal this right now. Didn't jump over, not going to be able to get that smite. That is going to be Baron there for Baulkham.
Yeah, just getting caught out there is the Braum. I'm not going to do that again, Cooper. That's enough for me, just doing his name once. Is going to get caught out and is going to lead to an uncontested Baron. And with that, Baulkham Hills can really look to potentially take this game. This may be the ending push, as Katarina is in the top lane. If they do force a fight here, it might be very, very hard for Cleveland to actually withstand it, particularly with the tower going down so fast.
He's in there, Culling is cold, lots of damage coming on TLS, but he does get the chains. Lance will try going down and keep them alive, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Diana ultimate doing so much damage. Look at this team going down, one after another. Donating, that is going down. Huge dash in, triple kill for Edison Splurges on the Samira.
But in Engage, the Malphite and the Diana, you could see it happening again. They're going to pick up Katarina as well.
He's going to go golden, but don't think it's golden enough. That's an ace there, and that is going to be game number 1, Hedgie.
Performance, great execution with the teamfight ultimates coming through from both teams. I mean, a really, really good performance in particular by Project Ninja. I think I'm going to give him my MVP. I know he doesn't have the highest kills, or he does have actually really good KDA overall, but has really, really important in the big moments in this game. I think a lot of the time, you can make a lot of good plays throughout a game. You can get picks, you can get little fights going for you. But when you actually step up in those big moments, you had some amazing ults multiple times throughout that game. It's really, really important, and definitely deserves an MVP here, but just a fantastic performance overall at a lot of stages of Baulkham Hills getting down early, still able to find their team fights, even when they did have that one bad fight, Alistair going a bit too far forward, just not able to find the engage they wanted. They still come back right after that, they find picks onto the Braum, they get kills, they get smashing through that mid lane with the Baron, and they're able to win the game, and a really, really solid performance. Coming from behind, not even focusing the dragons super, super hard, and able to actually find a win here. So really, really good job by Baulkham Hills, and Cleveland actually did quite well. Even when they were down, they did continue to fight. They found some fights for themselves. So pretty decent game overall, actually, and 2 good performances. But in the end, Baulkham Hills will take their victory over Cleveland.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just kind of reiterating what you just said there, Hedgie, they were behind their Baulkham, and like you said, I'm also going to give the MVP to our boy Project Ninja. I mean, he did such a great job early on, like you said, really kind of counter ganking, counter engaging, and then that flash over the wall to really bring them back from what looked like, a pretty hard start off, and that's what really sort of torpedoed them into that. And obviously, our MVP is brought to you by Optus, Torrens University Australia, and obviously Billy Blue College of Design. So thank you to our sponsors for making this happen. And another big congratulations to Baulkham Hills High School. A great game was played just then between Cleveland District State High School going down to Baulkham Hills, Hedgie. But that's all we can really say. We're going to move on to the next game. We have a very short break, so anyone that is still hanging around, please stick around. We won't be too long.